My name is Richard. I am 70 years old. And before you decide who I am, before you judge my choices, let me tell you something. I didn't wake up one morning and plan to marry a woman 50 years younger than me. Life doesn't work that way. At 70, you don't chase love. You don't chase attention. You don't chase anything at all. You sit quietly and let life come to you. I have lived long enough to know the difference between desire and connection, between loneliness and love, between control and care. I have buried people I loved. I have survived heartbreaks that changed me forever. I have learned that time does not make you wise, reflection does. For many years, my life was simple. I woke up early, made my own coffee, read books slowly, volunteered when I could, and went to sleep with silence. People think silence is empty. It isn't. Silence is full of memories.
This place,
I had been married once,
it holds
a
more
long time
memories
ago.
than I can bear.
My wife was my age. We grew together, struggled together, aged together. Then illness came, and one day she didn't wake up. After that, I didn't look for love again. I wasn't broken, just finished with that chapter. Or so I thought. I met Emily in a place where no one expects a love story to begin, a small public library. I went there every Wednesday, same time, same chair, same quiet. Emily worked there part-time. At first, she was just a polite young woman behind the desk. No makeup drama, no loud voice, just calm eyes. One day, I noticed something. She listened. Not the kind of listening where you wait for your turn to speak, but the kind where you actually hear. That's rare. We started talking about books, then about life, then about things people her age never asked me about. Loss,
This
fear,
part reminds
meaning,
me of our last
purpose.
discussion.
It's fascinating how
She
it
didn't
connects.
treat me like an old man. She treated me like a human being. That's when I knew something was different. Let me be clear. I never looked at her and thought, I want to marry her. What I thought was, I hope I don't become important to her, because I knew what the world would say. I knew the labels, I knew the assumptions, I knew the cruelty. I asked myself hard questions. Am I being selfish? Am I stealing her youth? Am I confusing kindness with love? So I pulled away. But she noticed.
This place,
One afternoon, she asked me
it holds more memories than
why
I
do
can
you
bear.
disappear when conversations get real? No one had asked me that in years. I answered honestly, because caring has consequences. She smiled softly and said, so does running away. My name is Emily, and yes, I was 20 years old when I married a 70-year-old man. Before you imagine things, before you assume motives, let me tell you who I was before him. I wasn't a naive girl chasing comfort. I wasn't broken. I wasn't desperate. I had already lost my mother at 16. I had already learned how quiet pain can be. I had already grown up. People think youth means immaturity. Sometimes it just means unfinished chapters. When I met Richard, I didn't feel excitement. I felt peace. He never tried to impress me, never controlled me, never told me who to be. He asked questions, then he waited. In a world full of noise,
This part
he
reminds me
felt
of
like
our last
rest.
discussion.
It's fascinating how it
People
connects.
always ask me, why him? The answer is simple, but not easy to understand. Because he respected my independence, because he never rushed me, because he saw my future and never tried to own it. He encouraged my education, my dreams, my freedom. He once told me, I don't want to be the center of your life. I just want to walk beside it. That sentence changed everything. We talked for months about children, about death, about judgment, about regret. Nothing was avoided.
This
That's
place.
how adults love.
It holds
When we
more
told
memories
people
than I
we were
can
getting
bear.
married, the reactions were brutal. Strangers laughed, friends disappeared, online comments were cruel. They said I was wasting my youth, they said he was controlling me, they said it was disgusting. But none of them asked us one thing: are you happy? So we answered it ourselves: yes. Our marriage was not dramatic. No luxury, no social media moments, no pretending. We cooked together, argued respectfully, laughed quietly. I studied, he supported. I grew, he never held me back. That surprised people the most. Time did what time always does. Richard slowed down. His hands shook sometimes. His steps became careful. But love doesn't disappear with wrinkles. It deepens. I became the caretaker, the listener, the strong one. People who once judged now watched silently. One night, Richard said to me,
This part
"If
reminds
loving
me
me
of our
ever
last
feels like a
discussion.
It's fascinating
burden,
how it
promise
connects.
me you'll choose yourself." I cried, because that's what real love sounds like. Richard passed away peacefully. We had 11 years together. Some people call that short. I call it complete. And this is what the world wants to understand. Love is not about age. It's not about approval. It's not about fitting in. It's about respect, honesty, and choice. You don't have to agree with our story, but you should understand it, because life is too short to live by other people's rules. That was the moment I stopped lying to myself.